And this is how tricky Satan is. He is a masterful liar, and he'll do anything to get you in hell because that's where he's going. And he had an opportunity. He was on the original creation, and before mankind was ever put on here. And God put him and created this earth for the angels. And that's the ones that were on here prior to man ever being created. And he let God down and turned against God, wanted to be like the Most High, and he wanted to be equal, at least he had settled to be equal with God and to rule with him. Well, God rejected all of that. And this was a place that, the earth that God created, and it said that the angels were thrilled. Why were they thrilled? Why were they happy? Because God had created this earth for them. And they were very happy. And these were all male angels. There was no women angels. They were all male angels. And then, after Satan tried to do that, and he was a beautiful individual, and he had some kind of body, and it could probably be a body like our body. But he walked up and down on this new earth, so we know that he had to have some legs. He didn't crawl. So God gives some specific information about him and said he was a beautiful creature and so forth. And then God, when he tried to take over God, then what God did was to take them all off and took away those bodies that they had. They are spirit beings now, and they've got a spiritual body that has the same attributes as what their, I should say, physical bodies had, or whatever kind they had. Well, it was more than that. It was a physical body because they walked up and down the face of the earth and so forth. So anyway, God decided to destroy them, and then that earth was in such a horrible condition that nothing could live on it. So those angels that were thankful, and they loved that earth there, and so forth, but then God had to take and destroy it and make them as spiritual beings. And 1/3, God said, out of all of those hundreds and thousands and millions of angels that God created on that original creation. Now remember, this is not have anything to do with humanity that we live here, because we haven't even been created yet. And God said it was so beautiful, it was just like a Garden of Eden. It's a beautiful place. Had all kind of precious stones in it and so forth like that, and everything, until Satan threw it all away when he rebelled against God, because he wanted to take over and be a god, or at least equal with God. So God took them out, disembodied them in the bodies that they had. They are spirit beings now, and you had Satan take 1/3 of all of those hundreds and millions of angels that he had created and give this beautiful earth for them to live upon and enjoy. That 1/3 of them went with Satan and rebelled against God. They're alive today, folks. Very much alive. The other angels that God created, and he had put that earth to where it could not be inhabited anymore. I mean, it was just a mess. So what God did, as time goes, and we don't know how long that it remained that way before God decided he's going to create human beings. So he did. So you'll find out that when he did remodel those things, or remodel that old earth, he had to take away this and do that and one thing, and he did that in remodeling it.